guys.
Hi.
Happy
Nearly Happy New Year.
Nearly Happy New Year.
One more sleep.
No.
Oh, 2 more sleeps.
New Year's Eve, yeah. Oh, no, wait. New Year's Eve is on Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 more sleep.
Yes, until New Year's Eve. Which is
But
my favourite.
some people listen to this on Thursday though.
Oh, yeah, true,
Depends
that's right.
So we see New Year's Eve second earliest in the world.
Yes, New Zealand is the first.
Yeah.
New Year's Eve's my favourite holiday.
Oh,
Well, it's not really a holiday, but like,
well it is. Oh, Eve isn't, no.
Eve isn't, but it's my favourite, it's my favourite day to celebrate. Because it's not stressful. It's just about...
You would find something to stress about.
No, it's just about partying. Like, Christmas is stressful, my birthday is stressful, New Year's, there's no stress. It's just about partying with friends and celebrating the year that was and the new one coming. It's exciting, I like New Year's.
You just like any day that's a party. So if you have party next, but you say you don't like your birthday.
Oh, because I always get stressed about my birthday. You know, you guys say I get stressed about everything.
So, well, you got back from Bali. We survived that.
We survived that. That was fun.
You just started to get sick the last night.
The last night I got a bit sick. I got a bit upset stomach.
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know what that was, if it was food poisoning or if it was from...
Bali.
Yeah, I don't know, but that was not fun.
Well, it could have been you just stressing.
But I'm better now. But that was fun. I enjoyed it.
I think it might have been stress. You were stressing about you couldn't drink because of your tattoo and you're going to be flying a cattle class. I think it was a flying cattle class stress.
Wasn't that? I don't know. I don't know what it was, but anyway, I'm better now. So.
You're better now.
Yes. But you hardly survived the humidity.
I don't know how people... And I've got to go to worse.
Why?
Well, unless it changes. Well, I'm in Cairns for 12 days and
True.
That's like 35 with humidity. Although our last day in Bali was like 34, wasn't it? 33?
No, it felt like it, but I think it was only like 31
horrible.
or 32.
Yeah, I found the highest bar I could where the wind was blowing through because we'd been kicked out of our air-conditioned rooms.
Yes, we had to check out. And we tried to go shopping, but then we got over all the hassling.
I don't get it. It's like any guy wolf whistling at a girl. No girl's going to go out with him. Well, someone who just continually pesters you to come in their shop.
Yeah, but it's their way of life and it's kind of what they've got to do to survive. So I can get it from that respect, but I don't like it.
There's more chance I'm going to go into a shop if they're not hassling me.
I'm the exact same.
And it's like I saw a really funny ad where a guy walks into like a Louis Vuitton or it might have been Gucci or Chanel was one of them, and as he walked in, he gives the guy $100 and goes, "That's if you don't talk to me." I thought that was really cool. I tried to show you that, but you just snobbed me off.
When?
I was on one of the things I saw on my thing. I tried to show you.
I was probably doing something.
Yeah, drinking or breathing.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, it's I don't think I'll go Bali again.
No. I probably will. I like it.
Yeah, it's not my...
It's not your thing.
The temperature. Well, I'm not a lay around the beach person.
I know.
I just get bored.
I know. I liked it.
I know.
I'm that person.
That's fine. Lots of people love it. I can't think of anything. The only escape I got from just laying around doing nothing was jump in the pool because it was a little bit cooler and they had a bar and I could sit there and drink. I was still getting bored, so I ended up just listening to conversations or people watching.
Yeah, I felt you spent like half the time in your room editing.
I did. Well, this is seriously why I don't do holidays. I get so bored.
Yeah, workaholic.
No, I just get bored. If I had something to shoot, I'd go and shoot.
You're a workaholic.
No, I might shoot things for me. Might do macro photography of bits of leaf on the ground. No.
I can really see that happening.
I have done that. I've got files of textures.
Nice.
It's good practice, textures. Yeah, if you need overlay textures and things like that, it's good practice to find the right light to get the best texture out of something. Yeah, and then find your depth of field, and it's actually really, all those things like that workshop, I think it was in LA, when at the end of it, we're just in a room and I said, if you don't have a model or don't have anything to do, you should shoot some art. I said, just like there's about 5 or 6 pieces of art in this room. And I found one with that window and the silhouettes and the shades and the bar. And I'm seriously going to print that up for my house. It came up so much better than I fluked it completely. But things like that, that teaches you so much about framing, looking, recomposing, and in making a subject something that everybody knows what it is, but photographing it in a way that you don't actually initially know what it is. And yeah, I think that's a skill set.
Skill set. Cool.
Yeah, cool.
So how was your year?
My year.
What were some highlights of your year?
Did I fire you this year? No, I didn't sack you.
Hilarious.
Hilarious. Highlight. Buying the Leica would definitely be a highlight. I never thought I'd buy one. And when I borrowed the M10, I thought to myself straight away, yeah, this is why I wouldn't have a Leica. The rangefinder thing just doesn't, it's too slow for me, too slow for how I want to work. And it's like I had a camera talk, anything that makes my job harder to take a photo, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
And I don't know, my favourite thing in the world was if my H6 could be mirrorless, but keep everything as is, but then have the whole Leica viewfinder set up. So I've got all the information I want in there as well, so I can set my highlight alerts and set my shadows, all that type of stuff. That'd be the most awesome camera in the world, and the X should have been that.
Yeah.
In fact, that was my low light of the year. Well, it was. I was really looking forward to them coming out with the new camera, which would have been... I wouldn't have got the Leica.
Yeah.
I would not have got the Leica. It wasn't what I wanted in a camera. And as much as I love the Sony, I hardly shoot it anymore. I'm using it more for video, and I'm playing around with some stuff, and there's hopefully going to do some today, but that got cancelled because of weather. But I am seriously wanting to play with video stills.
Video stills?
Yeah, video stills, which means, and I did it for a video I haven't put up yet of Rara we did in Fiji. Whereas, because while I was videoing, I wasn't shooting, and there's these areas, I wish I had some stills of this. So I jumped in, and we were shooting on 4K. So it gave me a reasonable size file to take a still off. We were shooting at 100 frames a second, so I didn't have blurry frames, because I'm so used to, so many people say, 160 a second, how can you shoot with that? Well, the Leica it's got an image stabilizer in there, and if Rara's not moving like crazy, I got nice sharp pictures. I had no problem with finding some frames. I played with the Red video camera many years ago, and it was when I think it was giving you like an 8K still on any frame, so RAWs. And I played with that, but the time to click through each frame just took forever. It was so slow to wait for every frame to load. But using Final Cut Pro, I could just go da 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 da. Oh, that frame, and then just did a frame grab of that. I ran it into Gigapixel. That just did. It made it look like Nick Knight's flowers. It did really weird stuff to bits of hair and that. I thought, this is really cool if I want to do some art like Nick Knight did with his flowers. But for what I wanted to do, it didn't quite work. And the first frame I picked...
Move that out of the way so it's not blocking your screen. The first frame you picked
was a bit overexposed, because I was actually adjusting my aperture while I was filming at the same time. But it was a really nice frame, but I realised I cooked the arm, and Topaz made a mess of it. Anywhere where there was no detail, it tried to put detail. Oh. But put like lines, like stripy lines, so it didn't work at all. But then I was able to only upsize it by 2, in Photoshop, by going back into a layer which was taken back to ACR. And I could upsize it a little, and it came up fine. I was really happy with it, and it's big enough to print. I can mostly run it back through Topaz now and upsize it, because there's texture everywhere, so it's not going to do that stupid stuff.
Blur it and make it AI.
AI. And that I don't get any money. I pay for my Topazes. Nobody's getting any money from this. But with the Topaz software, I couldn't believe a friend of mine, well, a friend of ours, his wife died recently, and he had a photo, and he took it into some shop, and it was just a little 6 by 5
They made a
or
mess of it.
It was horrible. It looked like someone had just liquefied, did a face tune on. It was horrible. There's no detail anywhere.
Yeah.
The lashes were just one black line.
Gross.
And I looked at it and I said, how big do you want it? And he goes, he wanted A4, but it was needed to be cropped. It was a landscape and we need to make it a portrait shot. And he wanted to give it to his daughters for Christmas because they will love that picture. Mm. So I put it in the topaz and I only upsized it 4 times. No, I upsized it by 4 and it gave me a beautiful 8 by 10. And I zoomed in and there was all this detail. I couldn't even with my eyes and a magnifying glass see the original picture that I'd scanned in through my Epson. And I was really impressed with that. I just didn't like the first thing it did with the video.
Yeah. Well, that's impressive though.
But yeah, that was, it's something I wanted to play with more, but I've gone right off 12X highlights of my year.
Yes. No, I was thinking that.
The reins.
Oh, reins.
Please don't. If this gets heavier, we're going to have to move. We'll see. It's like we're just getting peed on at the moment. It's a little dribble. It's an old man cloud. But
probably going to have to move, aren't we?
We'll just see. Yeah, Melbourne weather, so we might have to relocate. We'll see. This looks like a bit of a gap, or we just have to talk super loud and now drown it out.
Oh, it's really loud there.
We're really good at making shit sound.
We are.
Thank God I'm not a professional sound. Oh, I am qualified sound engineer.
You're really far over the edge now as well.
I'm over the edge.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get away. Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, highlights of the year. Well, I woke up.
Wow.
No,
how interesting. What a great podcast. I get to do payback now. That's it. That's all you bought. Nothing.
No, it's still going. I haven't finished yet.
I'm having payback.
Oh, this rain.
Melbourne.
Mm-hmm. We'll try and we'll see. The cloud looks like it's about to blow over.
Right. So we moved because
to this hot, sticky office now. I feel like I'm in Bali now.
Your favourite.
I feel like I'm back in Bali.
Favourite. Can you shuffle it for a little bit as well?
Shuffle it. Everybody's shuffling. So, we're trying a different little recorder thing, so I'm just double checking it's recorded. We're trying something new because I won't get into it. I should do a podcast. I should do a YouTube on everything I hate about doing podcasts, but I like doing the talking. I just don't like all the other stuff like rain.
Like rain
and sound
and sitting in this stuffy
wind.
room.
Beck's boob's been super windy in Fiji. And then we had a birthday party in Bali. So I had a happy birthday in the background when I was doing the editing. We can't win. Although people don't listen to us for our sound quality.
I hope not. I don't know.
I don't know why they do listen to us.
I like it. Well, I have so many people say they don't normally listen to podcasts, but they like listening to us. That's nice.
I hope I didn't make crackles.
Oh.
Oh
well.
So I was going to finish it. Yes, it was a very good year. We got out of the country. Mm-hmm. We were sold out.
Europe and America.
Yeah, completely sold. Well, all our
ways in Australia.
Completely sold out.
Yep.
Our branding is more on point to where I want to be in the world. Mm-hmm. I want to inspire people just to take whatever the friggin' they like and love what they like and ignore the stupid idiots like the one I had on last night on Instagram that said, "That's a really ugly shadow under the nose. I don't know why you did that." And I just answered simply that I took this photo for me and the model. I didn't take it for you.
Yeah.
And he came back all sassy about, you can't handle criticism.
Well, you can. It's
and
just...
I said, constructive criticism. Constructive criticism, that's an ugly shadow.
That's not constructive at all.
It wasn't. It was called butterfly lighting, which is a very famous style of lighting. So I thought, who are you? So I clicked on him, set to private.
Oh, classic.
But he did have a link to his 500 pics page, his
Your
Purple
favourite.
Port, his Model Mayhem. 90% of it had adult content and the few pictures you could see were really, really horrible, and you know all he had on his mind. He was a guy with camera.
Right.
He was a full-on guy with camera. He had no skill whatsoever. He must have he's in a camera club to say he's a camera club member to the models. I'm surprised I didn't see internationally published. That does watermark his pictures. And then it was just sort of like...
God, go in, Peter. Drag him, why don't you?
I did, because it's the type of person that makes most other photographers' life hard, and a lot of photographers give up in camera clubs and give up online because of these complete idiots that I respect your opinion, but as I said to him, that's your opinion. I don't tell you my opinion about your photo. I didn't even look at his photography at that stage. It's just why do you feel the need you have to tell people your opinion? And I think that's hurting a lot of photographers. A lot of photographers are too scared to share their work because some idiot like him who really is not a good photographer. Like, there's nothing he did which was arty. There's nothing he did which was photographically well done. Most of the lighting was really bad, but there's always these insecure looking, half-naked... Garrett, most of his work is full nude of people who aren't models, who he tricks into making models.
Yeah. And it's more putting down photographers.
Yeah, it's why he's the perfect tag guy with a camera. When you see his profile pic, he's got a big white lens on his camera.
Oh my goodness.
I was happy from us being back working again properly.
Yeah.
Cool. And your highlight of the year?
Highlight of the year, getting out of the country has been good. That was definitely a highlight, getting out of the country. What else has been good this year? No, my mum got a new dog, which is really good. I mean, it was kind of a bit of a low light. My mum lost her other dog, but she got a new dog.
She got a new dog?
It was very, very cute.
We looked after her.
Yes, you looked after her. She was even in the podcast. So that was really good. What else was good? I drank some wines. I went to Bali. I had my first overseas holiday since 2017.
We're overseas all the time.
It's not a holiday.
Oh yeah, right.
It's not a holiday. It's work. I mean, like I didn't even bring my laptop when we were in Bali, so that was a holiday.
That was a holiday.
Yes, and I haven't had one of those since 2017. So that was really fun.
No, Jared was with you.
I went with Mum last time when I went to America in 2017.
That's right.
So that's same thing. But yeah, Jared came out overseas as well. What else? Doofs are back. I've been to 2 doofs already.
Yeah, winter doof.
I went to winter doof. That was interesting. I went to my favourite one. I've got another one. When you guys are listening to this, I will actually be at another doof.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So I'll be at my 3rd doof for the year, so that's another highlight. What else is good? I don't know. It's been a good year.
New tattoo's not a highlight.
Oh yeah, I got a new tattoo. Well, it was a lot of pain and a lot of money, but it looks really cool. It was so funny at the end of it, after 5 hours of getting my back tattoo. So the outline took an hour and a half, and that was fine. I feel like I sat like a rock for that. I was like, this is all right, no worries. Few bits on the spine. I was like, ooh, ouch. So take a 10-minute break. I come back and he starts the shading, and most of the tattoos I have are line work. And Jared warned me, he's like, shading is the worst, and I was like, yeah, probably would be. And then I was like, oh my God, oh no. And I think after about the 3-hour mark, I was like, we took another break, and I had a look in the mirror and I'm like, okay, surely it's nearly done. No, we had another 2 hours after that.
Are we there yet?
Literally. Oh my God. So after 5 hours of getting tattooed, even the tattoo artist when we finished, he was like, whew, 5 hours.
I can't believe it took him 5 hours to write tramp stamp on you. I could have done with the texture in no time.
Oh my God, so that was painful. And then after all of that, then it's like, oh, thank you for making me nearly throw up from pain. Here is a massive wad of cash. It's such a weird exchange to do. It's like,
you had to pay him back cash because he's an out-of-country person. He's not allowed to work in Australia.
I think he is, because, I mean, how's he going to get into Australia with all of his, tattoo equipment?
A lot of them post them in.
Oh, well, I don't know. Anyways.
It's the thing on border security, especially America and Canada. You see so many tattoo artists get pulled up and they've got a tattoo gun in there. I was just going to, muck around a bit.
Oh.
And then they find some bookings on their phone and on a plane.
Jared's guy, who is from Australia, asked to be paid in cash as well.
Yeah.
And then when Jared got there with cash, he said, "Can you do a bank transfer?" And Jared's like, "Well, I got all this cash out for you, dude."
So he asked to be paid in cash. Yeah. He didn't mean like he needed to be paid before he did it?
No. Oh. And then Jared's like, "Well, the thing you sent me," he's like, "Yeah, I need to update that. I prefer a bank transfer." Anyways, it was just a bit funny handing over like a massive stack of cash, being like, "Thanks for putting me in pain."
So you just needed Jared outside with a hoodie on. And he could have mugged him on his way out home. He would have got a free tattoo.
No, it was worth the pain and it was worth the money. I'm very happy with it, even though I have to be wrapped up like a Christmas ham to go to bed.
Oh, you have to look at that picture.
It's very funny.
I won't post it online, but I will have to look at it.
So part of the aftercare is we've got a stuff in Australia called Bepanthen, and it's like it's nappy rash cream, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't use it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's for nappy rashes. So you got to put like a thick layer of that, and then I've got to be wrapped in Glad wrap, and because it's on my lower back, Jared's got to wrap Glad wrap all around my stomach.
The Christmas ham.
and then put masking tape around so it doesn't slip. I look like a Christmas ham. Well, I started calling him that when he got his arm done, because I was like,
yeah.
Now he's got payback.
Don't step on people on the way up because they will step on you twice as hard on the way down.
I know. So, yeah, but no, that was another highlight. And what else it's just been an enjoyable year, really. I became an auntie for the second time. I had a little niece, little bonbon. So that was another highlight.
So you brought nothing.
Gosh. I've enjoyed my year.
You've enjoyed your year?
Yes. What was your favourite place that we travelled to this year?
Dead Mouse.
So Chicago.
No, Dead Mouse. When I was in that Dead Mouse room, that was my favourite place this year. That and Inday's V8 supercar.
Oh yeah, that was another highlight.
That was a very good highlight. But yeah, the Dead Mouse thing was right up there. Chicago definitely wasn't. I was scratching microphone.
I had an itchy on my...
So I should really start again because that will be really nasty on the microphone.
Sorry, I had an itch on my mountains.
So just in case she scratched you out, yes, Dead Mouse was my highlight.
Aside from V8 supercars.
And V8 supercars. And I don't know.
You were saying that you said Chicago, then you said it wasn't a highlight. Not for...
Chicago, no, because I got second bout of food poisoning for the year.
Anyone that we met there, you were all lovely people. That workshop was awesome. You were all amazing people, but Peter got food poisoning.
And it was like a month and a half food. Like it took a month and a half to get rid of that bug.
So that was really... And because we went to New York after that, so you didn't really get to enjoy...
I didn't get to enjoy New York as I would. Like I still ate a couple of dirty dogs, but I didn't go... It was
kind of all you could stomach.
Yeah, it was pretty much all I could stomach. The first night there was Pink's.
Yeah. No, that was in LA.
Oh, it was LA. No, so what did we... Oh, no, we went to Ray's.
Yeah.
Pizza. Crappy New York pizza.
So it's not crappy at all. It's delicious.
Oh, delicious. But no, it's a bit of an up and down year overall because I'm not liking what's happened to the fashion industry since COVID. And all the models now just seem to be just e-coms and that's it. No model is chasing that bigger picture, and that's why we've got people like Kate Moss and Claudia Schiffer and Naomi Campbell, all them getting covers of Vogue because we've got no other models. They're not coming up through the ranks learning their skill to have incredible eyes that make people want to buy stuff. We just got these things that do this Macarena dance all day long.
Macarena.
Yeah. But that sounds like downer, but there's always lighter... Yeah. Well, no, but it's getting ready for the next podcast.
Oh, okay.
Oh, see, I'm thinking ahead. This is the prequel. No, you can't have a prequel before, can you? It has to be after. It's all right. I'm overthinking it. We're listening to too many Tarantino podcasts.
Sounds like
and
it.
His book's pretty good. his ebook that I've listened to, so I enjoyed that. But yeah, we got through it.
Yeah, we did.
And we got through it well, and
I had some tough times this year, but I got through that.
Yes.
Got through that all right, and...
But I don't know what... We're not going to have time for anything next year.
I know. I'm already feeling like I'm running out of time.
Well, I was looking at the calendar to slot in some of the stuff we've been talking about doing, and there's hardly any weeks left.
I know. It's craziness.
I know.
That's all right. It's good to be busy. It's just, yeah. I'll hit my platinum frequent flyer, which is rad. So good.
And still sitting cattle class.
Oh my God, another highlight. I got upgraded to first class this year.
We've told everybody this once or twice.
Well, it was a highlight. I'm allowed to talk about my highlights. This is like it's like Spotify Wrapped, but like Bec and Peter edition.
Do you know how many people on there care about this? How many people do you know have been in first class?
You and Anne.
And?
I think Rara went on first class when she went to Bulgaria.
No, they were the only people on the plane.
They were still in first class.
No, their seat was business class. They could just walk anywhere they liked.
She still went to first class. That was not the question.
No, that's not a first class ticket.
So what? She still was in first class.
All right, so how many people do you know in the world? I bet you only can name 3.5.
Tahan's probably flown first class.
Did Virgin have first class?
I don't know. She probably has.
I don't think she has. Because I don't know if Virgin have first class because her mum works for Virgin. That's how she gets all her mum's points, and that's how she gets to fly a lot.
That's smart.
Oh, sorry, anybody who's listening that might dob her.
Has Tisha flown first class? I feel like I've seen photos of Tisha in first class. Oh, no, I think it's just business.
No, only business.
Well, you and Anne and...
Well, mine was an upgrade. I didn't pay for it. Anne used her points.
Mine was a fluke.
Yours was a last minute upgrade.
Well, it was a fluke upgrade, yeah.
We didn't pay for you to do that.
No, it was just the guy swapped with me.
I asked the person to downclass you, but...
Oh my goodness. That's so rude.
But after seeing your carry-on the last couple of flights, we even got, under my status, I got you into at least an exit aisle this last flight. But
then the seat didn't recline.
Then the hostesses hadn't unlocked any of the seats, so they couldn't recline. So
I got like a few hours sleep, and then I could not believe how quickly we got out of the airport the other day.
Oh, I've never been through an airport that quick.
That was so quick.
Landed and out in, 40 minutes?
40, yeah.
That's through customs, and that's it. Also because they had the extra customs because...
We came from Bali.
Bali, and they got the foot and mouth outbreak, so we had to go through a separate customs to be checked for that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and we still got in our bag because because we're landing back in our country, we can do that smart gate thing and get a little ticket, so we can just zip through.
But we're normally waiting 10, 20 minutes at least for a bag.
And you said that because Jared got stopped and questioned.
That's because you look like a drug courier. What do you expect?
Because he's got a beard and a sleeve. He's shady.
And works like Lurch.
No, he does.
He just says, yes, he does.
He's 6'2".
Yes.
He got stopped and questioned, and then I was like, hurry up, I need to get home and have a shower and hopefully a nap before I go get tattooed. Peter was like, we've got to wait for our bags. And the second we got to the carousel, our bags were first off the plane.
First off the plane, yeah.
So lucky. And I got home and I got to have my nap before I went through 5 hours of hell.
You paid for it.
I know. It's so funny. I was like, I'm never doing this again. And then last night after I had my shower, I was like, well, because now I've got one on my thigh and one here, I wonder if I should, what should I get to,
You don't want to connect it.
Make it
moons and spiders don't connect.
Maybe something on the, I don't know. I'm like, what do I get?
No, you get rid of that other lump.
I know, I need to get rid of it. I need to finish.
Otherwise, you're not going to retouch it anymore and everyone's going to see this half-empty, blurred piece of...
I will get rid of it.
Yeah.
I promise. Well, when I stop having things on, because I can't, it's got to be... after my 30th, I'll book in another session. Oh, I can't have it bruised for my 30th. You've seen how manky it looks after a fresh laser.
I know.
Yeah, I can't have that on my 30th.
All right, so day after your 30th.
On a hangover. Glorious.
Don't we have heaps of work coming up straight after then?
No. Got everything
that's
till
right.
February.
I was going to do the...
Oh, we're going to go to Cairns.
That's all right. We'll just...
We can do it.
No, we won't do it. Don't pull faces at me.
I will pull
Nobody in Pottyland can see that splatitude that you just gave me.
I will pull as many faces as I like.
Oh, will you just?
I'm a very expressive person.
Tell me about it.
We were talking about that while we were in Bali, that I'm just, there's no filter, like there's no hiding anything here.
Oh, unless someone's looking at you.
What do you mean?
Well, don't point to them. Yeah, because if they look back at you, you're just going to, don't look at me, don't look at me.
Don't look at
me. You weren't very expressive when we were in the market.
I wasn't?
No, you just kept on taking eye contact away.
Yeah, because that's what you told me. You're like, don't make eye contact.
It works, doesn't it? Well, the best thing that worked was walk quickly, wasn't it?
Yes.
The quicker you walk, the less you get hassled.
On a mission.
And it's because their legs are a bit shorter, they can't keep up.
Peter, that is so rude. That is rude.
There was one guy that came up and he's like trying to keep up with me and he gave up.
That's so mean.
It's not mean, it's just real. I got long legs and he didn't have long legs.
Oh my goodness.
So it's like, but Belle can keep up and her legs are only like that long.
Oh my God. You are ridiculous. Ridiculous.
So you got nothing else?
Yeah, we
so
had...
it's back to my court.
No, we had some questions and stuff, unless you've got something, but I was going to...
Oh, you want to look at my questions that I saved?
No, I wrote one in there.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Wouldn't you have typed it?
Yes, the same thing.
It's not. Writing and typing are two different things. Oh my God, splatitude's only...
What?
What? Keep them interested. People in Pottyland are just looking at an empty screen, waiting for you to
talk to them about sweet nonsense.
Sweet nonsense.
No, what is it? Pleasant nonsense. There's this funny comic that I follow, and they like explain things in really funny ways. And there's like a parent tucking its child in, and they're like, "Imagine pleasant nonsense," meaning like sweet dreams. I think it was funny. Anyway, no one else probably cares. No one cares what I have to say.
Things we say to models.
Oh, no, yeah, that was what I put in. Yeah, because someone emailed us asking, like, what do we say to models or agencies when we're, like, booking them and stuff. And we kind of, like, so I was just going to, like, elaborate on that and just say that it's really, like, custom to our... Like, I think before I've said I
remember that, yeah.
Yeah, like, before I've said I have a template, which, like, there's a kind of...
But you didn't say the whole story. He asked us to send him
our template. But ours is, like, custom to...
It's not a template. We write it.
Yeah, I've written it myself, but it's like the backbone, I guess, of our... But, like, it's always customised. I just have, like, the backbone, but it's also tailored to our business, and then I...
Yeah, if it's for workshop, for commercial work, is it for private work, is it art, is it editorial, it's whatever.
It's a fill in the blank, so it's normally like, hi, and then I've got a bunch of stars, and then it's like... It's
like if we were to contact, say...
So save my typing time, really.
Yeah, but there's a couple of agencies in Australia for us to contact. You don't even need that.
Yeah, exactly.
Peter's in the area. Have you got any models available? He wants to do this type of stuff. Yeah. But when we travel overseas, it's from square one with some agencies. Other agencies know. Yeah. So it's...
But I guess my thing, like if the model doesn't know us or the agency doesn't know us, I basically just explain what we're looking for and just try and be as transparent as possible.
Yeah, I think the main thing you point out is this is what we want to do.
Yep.
We work within the model's comfort zone, so we never ever do anything that the model doesn't want to do. No. We actually let the model tend to pick the sort of feel of what we're going to do. And what the payment is regarding how we're working, if it's a workshop or if it's a YouTube or whatever, what the payment is. Or if it's not a payment, if it's, we'll supply some images or so forth.
Exactly. So it's just try and be as transparent as possible and give all the details. Like, especially if I'm contacting a model, I explain how you work and say you'll pick out photos, like you'll have a say in it. We're not going to push you out of your comfort zone. Like, just be transparent like that. So that's...
It's a little bit like there was some... who was I talking to this morning from Brussels? Bart. Is
this Bart?
Sorry?
On Volley?
On Volley.
I think it was Bart.
Bart. So I think Bart listens to this. It's like I was trying to explain to him because he was asking about fashion industries. And I said, every country, every city is completely different. It really depends on what's happening in your city. So if he lived in a place like Broken Hill, I would say, well, take up rock photography. Well,
yeah, no.
It's a mining town.
Yeah. Because even like if we're depending on what country I'm in, it depends on how I word an email. Like, I've noticed I've got a word emails in America completely different to how I would in Australia. But then when we're going to Europe, a lot of the people, English isn't their first language, so I've got to really simplify it and try and give.
And then if we're in the UK, you just can't use the spunk word that you use all the time.
But like, if I'm in a country where English isn't first language, I've got to try and really simplify it, but still try and give as much information as I can in as plain form as I can. So it always changes, but that's just my main thing, is I try and just give as much information about what the shoot is and
what it's going to be used for.
What's going to be used for. That Peter's a bit of a weirdo now. I only tell them that when they rock up.
Yes.
Although I've stopped saying that, actually. It
doesn't matter. Most of them just seem a bit scared until I start talking. Oh, he's just an idiot.
I've noticed when I say it, I've noticed I can't say it in America because I was doing it in America because it's my little funny joke. So.
And they didn't think it was funny. They were about to get in their car and go home.
Because I found I forget that. So
that's right. They have some weird people in America, like Jeffrey Dahmer and.
yeah, and also I forget that sometimes our sense of humour gets lost, even though Americans and Australians both speak English. I find that our sense of humour sometimes gets a little bit lost. So if a model walks into a workshop and I'll greet them and stuff and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry in advance for Peter, he's a bit weird. Like, I say that in Australia and the models are like, what do you mean? And I'm like, no, it's a good weird, like, don't worry. And they're like, oh, okay, no worries. Whereas in America, they're like, what do you mean? What do you mean he's weird? How's he weird? Why is he weird? And I'm like, no, like, don't freak out. Like, it's okay. And then they're sitting there, like, absolutely crapping their dacks. And I'm like, no, oh my God, okay. Like, he's like, no other photographer you've ever, like, what do you mean? I should just stop talking. I should really just stop talking. Trust me, he's fine. He talks a lot. He will probably make fun of you in a good way. Like, and then I'm like, I'm just going to stop talking. I'm digging myself a hole right now. Yeah, but that's how I felt. So I just stopped talking. And I think by the end of it, I was just like, hey, what's up? Nice to meet you. Yeah, just sit down. Peter will call you when he's ready. Let them go in the deep end.
I must admit, there was one of the models in, I think, New York. Can't remember her name. Darker hair. I think she was a bit dark skinned as well.
No, it was Chicago.
Is that Chicago?
Mm-hmm. New York, we basically only had Australian models, except for one.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, that was Chicago. It was that big open studio. Yeah. And at first, it was like she wanted to fight me the whole time. Like, she just did not get me at all. I couldn't do any of my normal, even just trying to, when I did my, get her to do a couple of things, and then all the actual photographers, they go, she failed. And the photographer's like, 3/4 of them never shot a high-end fashion model before in their life, but they're still saying that she failed, and she's sort of looking at
like, what is going on?
What's going on, and it's a teaching thing. I'm not trying to put them down. I'm trying to teach them in a way that, and I even said to her, how long have you been modelling? I think it was 8 years, and she worked for a reasonably large agency and done lots of work. And it was just, but who's ever trained you to be a model?
Yeah.
Did you go to school to be a model? She said, no. And I said, so you only learnt on the job, and there's a lot of the early photographers you worked with, which would have been the lower end photographers doing lower end work, who really don't even know what they're doing yet properly. So they're saying hold and things like this to you, so you're starting to think you've got to freeze and not move because otherwise it'll be a blurry shot. Because they don't, like with me, their holders, I'm just doing camera shit. That's what I say. So don't worry about posing for a second. I'm just doing camera shit, which means I'm deciding what f-stop I want to run on, or whatever I'm changing the camera. Just ignore me for a minute. I'm not actually going to take a photo. But it was only in the last half an hour, all of a sudden.
She was fully relaxed.
No, she just understood where it was going. And then she goes, oh my God, this is awesome. Said,
she was really
nobody teaches us this stuff. And I had my back right up. I said, yeah, I saw your back was right up. I said, you didn't want to be a part of it at all, but you can now see the difference. I said, you've just done a little 3-minute modelling skit and you didn't think once what to pose. She goes, it's unbelievable. It's so much easier. I don't have to think, what am I going to do next 1 minute? All I'm doing is just drifting this beautiful world that makes me feel really good. And I saw a couple of pictures on your screen come up and go, oh my God, they're the best pictures I've ever seen of me.
That's so cool. But a similar thing happened in Brisbane with one of the models we had there.
She really,
she was like,
I can't remember her name, but she, right at the end again, so I got some beautiful shots of her.
Yeah, because I remember at first she was like, what is this? What is going on? Like, are you making fun?
Do not comply.
No. But then by the bike, we started in the botanical gardens, and then after we moved and we walked around and you had her against the building and stuff. Oh my God, that was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, is that thunder?
Yes.
Wowzers.
Wowzers. Either that or there's a plane about to land on us.
I think it's thunder.
Yeah, that was actually really funny too, because there was a door, just a little doorway. So it was like, it was an old sort of heritage building, rendered concrete, and this beautiful little doorway that might have been in Australia 300 mil, 30 centimetres in America about a foot, into the door and then along the door, then step back out. And by dropping her just back in that little bit of concrete area before the door, just pulled the direct light completely off, and we got a beautiful bounce light off the footpath. And I jammed myself just against the other side of the door. And I was going for a headshot, so just below the collarbone. And I was manual focusing and I was just talking into it. And I was also doing my camera shit while I was talking to her, deciding what depth I wanted to be running at. And one of the guys in the workshops come over my shoulder. I knew he was standing right behind me. So I started talking, I started clicking some photos, and I could hear him clicking over my shoulder, which doesn't matter, it's a workshop, it doesn't worry me.
No.
But basically he was stealing my shots, but it didn't worry me. This is a whole...
That's the whole point of a workshop.
As soon as I finished, he dropped in there and took some shots, and he came back and goes, your pictures? My pictures, look at the difference.
What was the difference?
As soon as I walked away, her face just went...
Really?
Yeah, because she'd got to that point where she really trusted me and worked hard to get a beautiful picture. When he came back in, it was just back into the old, I'll just model mode. And it was seriously, instead of this beautiful sort of soft drift, you could see there, hand up, hand down, like every single frame, big movements. Whereas with me, she drifted beautiful in there. And after we finished, I spoke to her and she goes, yeah, something about you I can just turn off. And because I just hear this groan of your voice, I just drift to it. But somebody else comes in, there's no noise at all. Shut up. I've only do it to groan you out. So I don't have to listen to you.
What? Why? I have to... No, people don't care what I have to say.
So I just killed another topic. Next topic.
No, it's fine. I was just joking.
Sorry, too late, I'm being offended.
Oh, so offended. How 2020 of you.
I do have to do a disgraceful plug now. So we're not sponsored, but I need to say something.
What?
Well, I had somebody do something to me that I do to people all the time, and it's very embarrassing and uncomfortable.
Why?
Well, I went to pick up my wife's Christmas present, the slab of marble.
Oh, yes.
So that was straight after 6 hours of not sleeping on a plane, and dropped Shree off, and then I went in there and found this beautiful piece of marble. It's exactly the size I want, didn't need to get cut or anything. And I went and said, so I didn't bring any cash, so to come back. And he goes, no, have it. I said, no way, it's worth, no, I know what this is worth. He goes, have it. And I said, no, I can't do that. I said, just pay it forward.
Aww.
He actually said pay it forward.
That's so nice.
So I said, look, I will pay it forward because that's how I live. Do on to help somebody else and then ask them, instead of paying me back, help them. So the company's name's Jourdain Stone. They are in Australia, Melbourne, Mount Waverley. We'll put a link in the description. Anybody who wants some amazing marble bench tops or marble granite, he does all those. The place is just full of these massive big slabs.
Can you just leave that in your notes, please, for me?
Yeah, I'll leave that in your notes with the address. So I'm not. He's not sponsored. It's just that I will pay it forward because Bec sees me pay it forward all the time.
Yeah.
And
it's something that we both.
I just felt he might get one booking and one kitchen out of it. He never had to give it. He didn't know me from a bar, so I've never met him before.
That's so
I rang him up
cool.
before he went to Bali. He said, "Yeah, we've got some stuff about that size that we've just got sitting around, so you might need to pay for a custom piece."
That's so cool.
Well, it's really cool.
It's really nice of them.
It was. So that's why, I don't do shout outs, but this guy was worth it. And yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
It's very nice.
it was.
I like nice people.
I like nice
It costs
people.
$0 to be nice. Yet I choose not to be sometimes.
I haven't seen you not nice face to face to somebody.
I get snappy, but I guess that's the
Oh,
same.
you get snappy. Oh, you get snappy with me all the time.
Yeah, but that's-
And Jared, I actually saw you snap at Jared. Oh, it's good to see that I wasn't the only person getting it.
No.
I've seen you snap at your mum too. So
I'm
seen Snappy Tom.
snappy. I'm snappy Tom. I get snappy. My patience goes thin sometimes. But
especially in the morning before a coffee.
other than that, no, I don't believe in being nasty. I don't.
Not to their face, at least. As soon as they walk out of the room, my God, you should see how she goes. You know, a little pit bull.
No, I don't believe in being nasty. I don't think it gets anyone anywhere. There's enough nasty.
What about people that take your picture and then reshape it with some stupid app that makes you look like a sex doll and then put you on a sex page?
It's just weird.
Yeah, I know.
That was really weird. And it's weirder because I've been contacted by that page before as well. And I just got really
Well, did you ask them how much they pay compared to the one you normally use?
I don't know. It's really weird. Both you and I have been talking, like, we have different levels of things we find uncomfortable.
Yeah, like there was a certain person on YouTube I was finding very uncomfortable. I just wanted to shadow ban him.
And
you're going,
I was just like, I don't have a problem with that. But
so then I've told the person he's not actually talking to you, he's talking to me, and all of a sudden he loves me. But then there's this other person I thought was really nice.
But then I found uncomfortable.
You found uncomfortable.
We just have different levels of uncomfortables. I do find that whole doll thing really weird.
Was that Page or Doll?
That's the same doll that messaged me that.
Oh, it's that same guy.
Yes.
Oh, so anybody that doesn't know, this guy has a lifelike looking sex doll, which he dresses up in photographs.
And treats it like it's an influencer and like dressed it up as...
And it has an influencer. And then the poo paper shot, he then copied that. Was that the same?
Yeah.
So copied one of our setups.
And then messages me has an account for the sex doll on Instagram and then messages me talking as the sex doll, asking me what size my Gucci belt is, being like, hey, I want to get one too. And I'm like, this is so uncomfortable.
So that whole page with all those pictures that they've ripped off my models have purposely made them look like sex dolls, or they're real sex dolls to look like...
I think it's made your photos look like sex dolls.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But the account that messaged me, which is the exact same person...
So if anybody would like a Bec sex doll, you can... It's even better because it doesn't talk or bite your head off.
I just found it so uncomfortable.
I wonder if there's a Peter sex doll.
There might be. I just got really, really creeped out by it, and like I think I was a bit drunk at the time, so I had absolutely no
You wouldn't be drunk. Never.
When I saw the message asking what size Gucci belt, I just absolutely like ripped him a new one because I was really creeped out and a bit drunk, and I was like, "This is so creepy." I was a bit of a bitch.
Now I get it. See, I thought they were just using my pictures, done some really bad editing for a sex site where you can come and talk to me on this site and see pictures of me on this site, but it's not even them.
But it might be that as well. I don't know. I didn't delve too deep into it because I was getting creeped out.
No,
but that account,
they all looked like
that account was that account was the doll. I remember the name. We're not leaving a link to it.
We're not leaving a link. Oh, why not? Don't you want people to see your sex doll?
No, it's not my sex doll. It's someone else's.
Well, you're up there as a sex doll now. You're holding the flowers.
Oh my god, it's so. But they've photoshopped the sex doll's face onto a photo of me.
I know.
It's creepy. It's so creepy. Like, ugh.
He most likely has
like
he's most likely got A4 cutouts. He sticks on their face while he's with them in bed.
God, like I just simply cannot.
Well, you want
It is enough internet for today. Thank you very much. I am checking out.
See that hashtag not a model? It should be hashtag not a sex doll.
Don't you dare. Oh my God. Would you like to wear my wine? No, I'm not wasting wine on you actually. This is why I drink.
This is one of the 500 reasons Bec drinks.
No thanks.
No thanks.
No thanks. Just no.
I think it's quite funny.
Like, but you know what? And I think this is what when they did message me, what I said to them, and I still stand by this. Like, if that is your kink, that is cool. I'm not here to kink shame. If that's what you're into, that is fine. Everyone's got their kinks. That's cool. Just don't personally involve me in your kink. Like, just do that. Keep it to yourself.
What you don't know don't hurt you.
Exactly.
Right.
It's just what I don't know doesn't hurt me. But the second you're involving me and letting me know that you're doing this, that's where I have a problem with it.
Can you stand up and show everyone your new tattoo? It's just so he can get it put on his doll.
No, ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is pure bliss.
Lucky we moved in here. It's now bucketing outside.
Out you can probably hear
sorry about our shitty sound.
Oh, because you left the door open as well.
It's so hot. It's like Bali in here.
Yeah, it is pretty
Except
warm.
we're not at a pool, so I can't pee in the water to sit next to you.
Gross.
I didn't do that.
Oh, I'm sore behind all my glands are, well, not all of them, they're starting to go down, but it's a common thing I have to get, especially like so much ink, like your body's like...
What, horny?
No, like reacting to it.
Sorry.
Like even like my little instructions afterwards, it's like after an hour, take off the Glad wrap and have a shower and use this special Dettol so to wash away any blood, ink and lymphatic fluid. I'm like, oh, disgusting. And then I was like, why am I like sore in these? And I was like, oh, those are my little glands.
That's your body trying to eject all the poison you've had put into you.
Just created a massive wound on my body.
So it's used to the poison
It's
coming
used to
in.
this poison.
Sorry.
It's not used to...
It's used to the poison, the red poison. It's just not used to the black and grey. You don't have any colour, do you?
Nah, never will.
Never will. Why, are you colourblind?
Yeah, like you.
On with the sex doll thing, only because I've got something... Like we, I don't know how much time we lost doing the move, so this might go slightly over time. But my next thing, people seeing sex in an image.
Yeah.
Same thing. So for some reason, people will look at a picture and they can only see sex in that picture. Where other people, like say me, can look at a picture and can't just see, that's cool.
Yeah.
And I noticed from what that lady said at one of the workshops.
Oh, yeah.
And a couple of things I noticed on some YouTube comments, that some people are really...
Perverted.
Their minds aren't in a good place.
Yeah.
Because if, say I was in the pool where my wife came down the slide and it was some other, say it was the hottest girl in the place, who come down, her boobs had fallen out, my initial reaction would be to turn away.
Whereas there's other people who'd be like,
like that. And then some of the comments I'm reading, and I'm reading the sub-thought behind it, is that's how you look at everybody. So you look at someone and that's where you're that would suck to be you.
Yeah, for sure.
How would you going to a topless beach? You're just going to call every girl a slut on there because they're just trying to get an even tan on their body. Yeah, because I'm not finishing on the downer, it's just we're talking about you and your sex dolls. So I thought I'd bring up, it was only because it was like 7 or 8 comments in a week that all related to something that someone with a fashion headset would not see what they saw, but because they weren't in a fashion headset, all they could see is, oh, there was a breast there, so that's sex. Well,
It's like, because, especially in a lot of your photos, because you don't see clothing, all of a sudden everyone's, well, not everyone, but because there is minimal clothing, a lot of people just instantly jump to, sex. It's like, well, nudity doesn't mean sex.
No, it doesn't. And, well, a lot of my pictures, you don't know if they're wearing, like out naked in the streets. You're wearing stuff that you could walk down the street without people worrying about, but all of a sudden, sex.
Yeah.
Just because they can see collarbones and shoulders and legs.
Oh, my favourite comments were, she's so brave. I'm brave to wear a crop top
No,
and
you're
shorts.
brave to sit on Times Square on the ground. That was very brave. Can't you remember the smells of Times?
Of course I can.
Right.
But yeah,
that might be why your glands are still up.
Glands. Found out you've got glands around your hip bones as well.
I didn't know about those.
Yeah, you got lymph nodes.
So what about the ones under your
You've got
arms?
them as well, but you've got lymph nodes.
And the ones in the groins?
You've got them on. I've got them on around my hip bones. Got lymph nodes.
Lymph nodes.
I've learnt so much about things.
About all the things that have been destroyed by you putting foreign things into your body.
That sounds odd.
Well, Jared's not foreign. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about. I'm talking about the other foreign things.
What, ink?
Ink and alcohol.
This is not foreign to me.
No, it's not. It's
I thought it was funny.
It's like oxygen.
When I was feeling sick when we were in Bali, and Cherie's like, it's probably because your body's not used to this amount of alcohol, and both you and Jared at the same time. Like, her body is definitely used to this amount of alcohol.
No, that's only because my wife, the day before, when we were at Finn's, she drank just a lot too much.
But she is not used to it.
She's not used to drinks. Like, she might have 1 or 2 wines max in a night. Or if we go out for dinner, she might have a scotch or a champagne and a couple of wines with a meal, and that's Shree's normal night. But yeah, she
was finishing our drinks.
She was finishing our drinks at the swim-up pool, and then she was talking their heads off these other people. I felt sorry for them.
No, one of them was a chef. They were having grand old chats, and he doesn't know how to cook pastry, so he was asking her if she can make profiteroles, and
I only heard her talking about her grandson.
Oh, no,
or was it her cooking profiteroles with her grandson?
Probably.
Anyway, yeah, that was
so cute.
So cute. Anyway. We've got to be up time again. Sorry about. Don't know what this. We've changed our sound again because
Peter just constantly changes things.
Well, no,
he's creative.
I don't know. Everyone raves about the podcaster, the roadcaster.
And then everyone complained about it. So.
And there was just this hissing noise. So then we use our normal mics that we use around to record our videos and everything, which seem to work fine, but they don't time code sync properly, and I've got to keep on chop cheesing and stretching one of them to fit. So I've gone back to my good old Sennheisers, which I should have never have gone away from, and I got a little Zoom recorder. I'll put a link in the description anyway into the thing. If the sound is crap, you'll know not to buy the Zoom recorder. So the Zoom recorder is actually good. I've listened to back, the Zoom's fine. The sound's crap, it's because we've got a cyclone happening outside.
Thunderstorm.
Thunders and lightning.
Summer in Melbourne.
Very, very frightening.
Woo, come visit us.
See ya.
Anyway, Happy New Year. We will see you next year. Ha ha. It's funny. Come on.
Ha ha. What a bitch.
What?
Ha ha.
Ha ha. I was laughing at myself. It was a bad joke.
Oh. All right.
All right. Bye, guys.
So what are you going to do are we going to do tramp stamp as the...
No. I want
chicken shit.
I want the sex
I'll
doll.
make it black for the sex doll. We should do. I reckon that's the thing. We put your tramp stamp. This is for the sex doll. No. Yes. Don't be scared. I reckon that's a really good idea.
I don't think it's a good idea.
I think it's a great idea. You're no fun at all.
We're not writing that on it, but I can stand up and face the back so they can see it.
All right.
But you're not writing that on it.
I won't write for the sex doll.
Pinky promised me.
You just want to touch me.
Pinky promised me. Thank you.
I promise I won't.
Thank you. Oh.
I'm not going to show them my ass.
No, they're going to see my muffin tops.
Your muffin tops.
My muffin tops.
Well, I'll liquefy your muffin tops in for them, all right?
No, how am I going to...
I can't see the screen because I've got my reading glasses on.
I'll stand like this with my little lines.
Right, you stand like this and I'll just look like...
No, wait, I need to hold this better.
Not interested. So that's my not interested face. Cool. So just for everybody who's still watching this,
oh my God,
or listening to
no,
this,
you're not doing this.
Every time we do a podcast, at the end of the podcast, we just take a still shot for the cover. You just saw what we do.
Oh my God.
You're not allowed to hit delete on the memory card.
What if I do?
It means you have to come back from holidays to re-record this podcast.
Oh, goodness.
We're going to actually do it on New Year's Day if you deleted it.
Oh, my cat's doing something stupid. Oh my God, because there's thunderstorms.
Thunder and lightning. Very, very frightening.
See you next year, guys.